Sources say Indian embassy in Kiev has shut down, ambassador and staff moved out. Government says 12,000 Indian students have left Ukraine. No Indian is left now in Kiev. That's what the government has said. Going on to say that 26 evacuation flights are scheduled over the next 3 days. Evacuation from Kharkiv conflict zone is the top priority. 21-year-old Indian student Naveen dies in Russian shelling. He was killed in Kharkiv city of Ukraine. Roommate tells NDTV that Naveen had gone to buy groceries. Prime Minister Modi speaks to his family, also holds an urgent meeting, fourth meeting in 48 hours. Russia escalates bombing in Kiev and Kharkiv. 64-kilometer-long Russian convoy just outside the capital city. India abstains again from UN vote against Russia. China changes stand, votes in favor of Russia at the United Nations. In the vote on Russian human rights violations, 13 nations abstain. Standing ovation for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the European Parliament. Prove you are with us, with Ukraine, tell Zelensky to the European Parliament. Next round of Russia-Ukraine talks on Wednesday. And Zelensky tweets saying that he has spoken to US President Joe Biden and discussed anti-Russia sanctions as well as defense assistance to Ukraine. Says we must stop the aggressor as soon as possible. Hello and welcome to NDTV 24/7. I'm Rohit Wellington. Let's begin with our top story. The Indian embassy in Ukraine's capital Kiev has shut down and the ambassador and the staff are on their way to the western part of the country. That's what sources have said. India has been advising students and others to move to the western borders, a process that has been extremely challenging given the security situation. The embassy in Kiev shut down after it did its best to ensure that there are no Indians left in the city. That's what sources have said. Vishnu Shom has more.
Well, this is a very big story, developing news which is now taking place, that the Indian embassy in Kiev has shut down about 3 to 4 hours back. The mission itself, composed of a small team of officers and others, are now on the road from Kiev and are headed to Lviv, which is in western Ukraine, which is where they're likely to set up the new mission. The point being mentioned is that they've evacuated the mission or shut it down temporarily only after trying to ensure that every last Indian national who was still in the Ukrainian capital did get an opportunity to exit. Now, does that necessarily mean that every Indian has exited? No. But they believe that they have tried their best, and in order to ensure that the mission